Hello, Chicago. I'm Beverly Carrington, a police dispatcher at OEMC, the Office of Emergency Management and Communications. The number one priority of OEMC is the public safety and welfare of Chicago's residents. We want to make sure you and your family are ready when emergencies occur. Today, I'm here with a few of my colleagues from our Emergency Management Division, Matt Latniak and Kayla Lavira, to tell you about a new program called Safe Chicago.
Thank you, Beverly. Safe Chicago is a new public safety program being launched by OEMC in partnership with the Chicago Fire Department, Chicago Police Department, and the Department of Assets and Information Services. This new program will provide bleeding control kits at every occupied, city-owned or leased facility. One wall-mounted kit is designed to treat 8 victims before EMS arrives after 911 has been called.
We've already begun installing 426 wall kits all around the city of Chicago and over 269 city-owned or leased buildings. At this point in time, we're putting them in locations like City Hall, Chicago Public Libraries, Chicago Cultural Center, DFSS Senior Centers, and CDPH Medical Clinics, and many others. We also hope to complete all of the installations in over 369 buildings by spring of 2022.
Okay, so can you tell us what's in each kit and how they should be used?
Absolutely. So each kit can treat up to 8 victims, and it's equipped with a tourniquet, gauze, trauma shears, gloves, and an instruction manual.
Life-threatening bleeding emergencies can be the result of falls, penetrating injuries, gunshot wounds, and more. Knowing how to control bleeding from a serious injury will keep you and those around you safe.
This is great. I know the first thing people should do in an emergency is call 911. The first thing to do is to make sure you're calling us at 911. So right now, can you walk us through how someone can utilize the kit to control the bleeding before first responders arrive?
Absolutely, Beverly. I would be happy to. I'm going to come around to your side for this.
Okay.
All right. So first things first, I arrive on the scene. I make sure the scene is safe. Next, I'm going to don my PPE. In this kit right here, you'll see that it comes with gloves. I'm just going to take the piece of paper off around them. I can unfurl my gloves. Gloves can be slidden on pretty quickly. It's important to wear our PPE so we can protect ourselves from any bodily fluids that the patient might have. Alrighty. So in this kit, we have multiple different items available for our usage. At the top, we have an emergency trauma dressing for use to be wrapped around the patient's limb. We have wound packing gauze for actually placing inside of a wound to stop the bleeding. We have an instruction manual for just-in-time training and quick use. And then we have a survival blanket. It's like a tinfoil blanket to conserve body heat. We will have a marker for marking down the time we applied our tourniquet. We have an extra pair of gloves, trauma shears for if we have to cut around clothes, and lastly, one cat tourniquet, which we will be going through right now. So I will demonstrate how to use this item, which is called a cat tourniquet. It's used for life-threatening bleeding on a limb. It can only be used on a limb, so either of our legs or our arms. I'm going to unfurl it as such. In a real emergency, obviously, I would be doing this much quicker. I'm going to find my site of bleeding. I'm going to say it's right about here, and I'm going to apply the tourniquet 2 to 3 inches above the wound. So I'm going to slide it over, or if it was fully unwrapped, I could place it around. I'm going to loop it through my clamp here, and I'm going to communicate with my patient the whole time, letting her know, hey, this might hurt, but it's going to save your life. I'm going to make sure it's nice and tight. Tourniquets can be applied over clothing. What they cannot be applied over is wallets, phones, keys, anything if it were in a pocket that was blocking. So now that I have it tight, I'm going to take this plastic rod here called the windlass, and I'm going to start twisting nonstop until the bleeding is controlled. And it's going to be really tight on the patient. You just have to keep communicating with them that this is going to help them. So now that it's fully tight, I'm going to say my bleeding is stopped and is controlled. I'm going to finish wrapping my clamp around. I'm going to take this white Velcro strap, place it over, and I will use my marker to write the time that it was applied. And I will not take this tourniquet off for any reason until first responders arrive and they tell me I can or cannot. Beverly, how do you feel?
Oh my goodness, I would be crying.
You would be crying?
Yes, I would be crying.
But you understand it is to save your life, correct?
It is. My fingers are so tingly right now.
Absolutely. So that's how we kind of know that the bleeding would have been controlled.
Because I don't have the blood going to my fingers.
Yep. I will take that off for you. You did a very good job.
Yes, the first responders are here. I see them coming.
Oh, good, good.
Oh my goodness. All the blood rushing back down to my fingertips right now.
All righty.
Wow. That is amazing.
Thank you for your participation.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Matt and Kayla. This has been very helpful and something everyone should know. Speaking of something else everyone should know, if you see something, we want you to always say something. What we're going to approach in the next topic for our next segment. Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Beverly and the police dispatcher and 911 trainer at the OEMC. The Chicago Office of Emergency Management and Communications wants to make sure you and your family are ready when emergencies occur. Never be afraid to call 911. We want to help you. But how quickly you make the call and what you say to the call taker can mean the difference between life and death. That's why it's important to teach kids about 911. Educating children in calling 911 should include listening to instructions from the call taker, knowing their address and floor or apartment number. If they don't know it, let them know they can find it in an emergency on a piece of mail or have the address written somewhere easily accessible, like the refrigerator or on their school bag. Any medical conditions of those in the home and understanding that they should not hang up until the call taker tells them. Also, teach kids about the seriousness of prank calling 911. It's not a joke. Remind kids to only call 911 if someone is hurt or in danger. It's also a good idea to sign up for Smart 911, a profile. It's easy. It's a free resource and a private service that automatically provides the information first responders will need, including valuable information your child may not know in an emergency, like an address, medical history, pets in the home, emergency contacts, and more. Remember, every second counts. For details and registration online, go to smart911.com or visit chicago.gov/OEMC or download the Smart 911 app. Thank you and be safe, Chicago. September is National Preparedness Month, and we want you to be prepared for emergencies and disasters by giving you tools to empower yourself to keep you and your community safe. The See Something, Say Something campaign was developed by the New York Transportation System to create awareness and encourage the public to report suspicious activity. The Nationwide Suspicious Activity Reporting Initiative, or NSI, provides some key points to help identify suspicious activity and information sharing. The Chicago's Fusion Center vets the information for any follow-up response. Police and law enforcement cannot be everywhere all the time, so your community and family needs everyone to report potential terrorist or criminal activity if you identify a situation. Call 911 to report it. Don't worry that it might be innocent. Report it anyway and let law enforcement check it out. Public safety and security is everyone's responsibility. If you see suspicious activity, call 911 or report it to a person of authority using the 5 W's. 1, Who did you see? Describe the person. 2, what did you see? Was it an object or describe the situation? 3, when you saw it. Provide the time or timeline of events. 4, where it occurred. Describe the location. 5, why is it suspicious? Is it unusual or threatening? This information can help police get the right resources quickly to the scene. So, how do I know if something or someone might be harmful or dangerous? What type of activities could be a clue that something bad may happen? Well, here are some behavioral indicators that might help you recognize the sign of terrorism-related suspicious activity. Of course, these are just some possible indicators. Not every scenario is a sure sign, but give it some thought and trust your instincts. Expressed or implied threat. This is obvious. Hearing someone or seeing information threatening to harm or kill people or damage a facility, infrastructure, or secured site should be reported. Surveillance. A prolonged interest in taking video or pictures in an unusual way of a secured site, security features, or personnel at a secure facility. Stealing items such as uniforms that belong to a secured facility. Testing a facility's security or IT system to assess the strength or weakness of a target. Interfering with the operation of an aircraft that poses a threat. Breach or attempted intrusion, unauthorized people trying to enter a restricted area. Acquisition of expertise by gaining skills or knowledge of a specific topic, such as flying an aircraft, military tactics, or facility security. Eliciting information beyond mere curiosity. Misrepresentation, presenting false information to conceal illegal activity. Cyber attack. Recruiting people to participate or financing for suspicious or criminal activity. Sabotage, damaging a secure facility or infrastructure. Storing of unusual materials such as toxic materials, cell phones, or radio controllers. Weapons, collection or discovery of unusual amounts of explosives, chemicals, or other destructive materials. Actions that can raise concern to specific industries, such as power plants, in regards to personnel, structure, functions, or systems. Of course, these are just some of the possible indicators. The point is to be vigilant and report any suspicious activity. Here is a quick video to help you see how observant you are in the midst of activity. Check out this Take the Challenge video.
Here's your challenge. How many times is the yellow backpack passed? Go. So the yellow backpack was passed 17 times. But how aware were you? Did you notice that our scene moved outside? What about the student who put on a hat and switched books? Or the woman dropping the suspicious package? Sometimes it's easy to miss the obvious. Your next challenge? Be aware of your surroundings. If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
So, how observant are you? Did you pay attention to your surroundings? We hope this helps you to empower you to work together so we can help keep our communities safe. Remember, if you see something, say something. Report suspicious activity by calling 911. We hope you got some helpful tips today. For more information on what we've talked about, visit chicago.gov/OEMC. We'll see you next time, and
Stay safe, Chicago.